Home. It's the one place for you to get away from all of your problems, especially the ones that you're having at school. But what if you're being harassed at school? Or even worse, what if that harassment follows you home? Hi, my name is Brennan, and today I'm going to be talking to you about cyberbullying and what we can do to stop it. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, cyberbullying can be defined as the act of harassing someone online by sending or posting mean messages, usually done anonymously. I can relate to this topic very much because I was a victim of both in-school and cyberbullying. It was a really difficult time in my life, but it has definitely transformed me into the young woman that I am today. Throughout this speech, I will be talking to you about how obedience plays a big role in bullying, some of the facts about cyberbullying, along with the pros and the cons. The first point that I will be talking about is influences and how obedience plays a big role in it. In today's society, there are many video games and TV shows that are worshipped, celebrities that are tolerated, and sexual content that is supposed to be managed. But because it's not managed, it has created a cultural norm. This comes into terms with obedience. With these norms put into place, children begin to show aggressive types of behavior. The celebrities that they see on TV shows and the characters that they see in a video game, they consider this normal behavior when in actuality it's not. Obedience can be seen in an experiment done by psychologist Stanley Milgram at Yale University. In this experiment, 40 random men were used to show how far both of their parts as teachers and students can obey to the rules presented to them. He created a generator that went from 30 to 450 volts, but it did not actually shock the people due to physical harm. The students were more as actors, but they still played a very big role in this experiment. The teachers would ask them a question. If the student answered incorrectly, they would be shocked. Sometimes the students would get fed up being shocked or not getting the answer correct at all. So, they would not answer, and because they did not answer, it was considered incorrect, so the teachers were still forced to shock them. And the results were shocking. 65% of participants in the study delivered maximum shocks. 14 of the participants stopped just before the highest velocity level. So, what does this have to do with bullying? Well, it's about authoritative figures and the rules put into place. With a figure in a child's life, it can increase compliance, which again defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as the action or fact of complying with a wish or command. Rules can have a big impact on a person's life. It can show them the rights and wrongs and how they can live and what their future will look like as an adult. But an authoritative figure can definitely help a young child. This is because they know that if anything is wrong and they need to talk to somebody, they have that one person that they can trust and turn to. Now I will be talking about some of the facts of cyberbullying. Even though there is a love for technology, all children can be brought to a hidden trap behind the screens with their electronic devices. This can be compared to a child loving their toy. When a parent steps on a Lego in the middle of the night, they're caught off guard. Just like they're caught off guard with their children and their involvement with technology. According to the 2014 Teens and Screen study exploring online privacy, social networking, and cyberbullying, 87% of youth have witnessed cyberbullying compared to the 24 in 2013. That's a 64% increase in just 1 year's time. Of those cyberbullied, 72% responded that it was due to their appearance, 26% to their race or religion, and 22% due to their sexuality. The survey also showed that 24% of teens do not know what to do if they are being harassed online. This shows that we need to teach them exactly what to do just in case a situation like that occurs. Adolescents are the most common age group for cyberbullying. According to Cyberbullying Research Center 2015, about 41% of girls are cyberbullied compared to the 28% of boys. In the graph I'm going to show you, it is categorized in different groups. One of them being, I have been cyberbullied. 2, I spread rumors online about others. The green is the girls and the blue is the boys. Some of the categories, the girls have a higher standing compared to the boys, but the main one, I have been cyberbullied in a lifetime. The green, the girls, 40.6% were, and the boys, the blue, 28.8% were. And each gender uses a different piece of technology. Girls rely more on social media websites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and boys rely more on gaming consoles, the live part such as Xbox and PS4. Now I will talk to you about some of the cons of cyberbullying, the downside. There are a lot of negative actions when people do not stand up to bullying. One of the biggest problems is suicide. In an article written by the Daily News in 2014, the rate for teen suicide is increasing each year. In 2009, it was at 6.3%, and in 2014, is at 12.93%. Neuropsychologist Dr. Hector Adams told MSNBC in an interview, "What happens with an increase in communication among students is that there is more pressure. There's more bullying. When adolescents and children feel embarrassed, it's kind of like the end of the world to them." Another major problem with bullying is mental problems. A study done in Finland titled "Childhood Bullying Can Have a Lasting Effect on Mental Health" 2015 found that children who were bullied from ages 8 and up needed some kind of help for a psychiatric disorder they developed over that time. These types of disorders include depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, OCD, and substance abuse, such as drugs and alcohol. Another problem is the dropout rate and the expulsion of students from school. The dropout rate increases each year from bullying, which is about 2.7% each year. And yes, it may be the right thing to do to expel a child who bullies others, but that may be a major setback for them. They can be far behind in school, educational setbacks, their grades can go down, they do not take tests, so that means they might fail out of school. If they are transferred to another or expelled from the school, that does not mean that their behavior is going to change. They can bully as many kids as they want, even behind their phones. And they will be looked at as bad in society. Lastly, I will be talking to you about some of the pros of bullying. Now, again, you're probably wondering, how in the world can there possibly be any pros to bullying? Well, there are a few, and some of them actually do work. One of them being that a child can stick up for themselves. They show that they are not afraid anymore, and that they need to take stand for what's right. And it does take a lot of courage. It shows also that teachers and parents need to make sure and watch out for their children. If they find out something happened to them in school, they need to take affirmative action. Another good thing is that it's all in the writing. On every social media account, text message, and email, there is proof, in case someone wants to make a complaint. Once something is sent, it can never be taken back. But one of the best pros is that there are many organizations across the globe that talk to schools and communities about protecting their accounts as well as the consequences to bullying. One of the most famous ones is titled "Stomp Out Bullying." In an article written on their website in 2012, it says they focus on reducing and preventing bullying, cyberbullying, as well as educating kids and teens in school and online about the consequences to bullying. Another great influential group is known as GREAT, an acronym for the word GREAT, which is Gang Resistance Education and Training. It is taught mostly by law enforcement officers in classroom, which is about 13 sessions for 3 months. Also, in an article written on their website in 2013, it tries to teach students skills to avoid delinquency, youth violence, and gang membership. It also works with students before they are at risk for these behaviors. And some of the outcomes from this seminar are lowering the chances of students belonging to gangs, more resistance to peer pressure, less anger, and many more positive outcomes. So today I have talked to you about cyberbullying and some of the positive outcomes along with the negatives. Some people believe that this topic may be an easy way to get out of a speech, but I'm very passionate about this topic, especially because I am becoming a teacher, and I want to show my students that bullying is never the answer. But bullying is real. Everything is real. It's not a push, it's not a shove, or what we all used to say, kids just being kids. We don't know how kids really feel, because the majority of the time they hide their feelings deep inside them, and they show a fake smile to just tell people, "Oh, I'm okay," when in actuality they're not. We can take a stand now. This can not only help one child and the children of this generation, but it can help our future children as well. Thank you for listening, and again, my name is Kaitlin Brennan.